There was a time when I wished I didn't have the spa, but then all that changed. I remember hearing about simple silver like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's like we've got a new spa. The water feels so fresh, and there's no harsh chemicals to irritate your eyes and skin. Plus, it has no effect on our swimming togs like our old chemical system.
I was sick and tired of having to be a chemist. All the time controlling the pH and chemicals in the spa was a pain. It was simple silver. All that went away.
It's literally set and forget. One application treats pH and bacterial levels for a whole year.
So how does it work?
Simple Silver has harnessed the bacterial killing properties of silver. It's safe and is a combination of naturally occurring minerals and silver oxide.
Placed in your spa pool, Simple Silver gradually releases its minerals and a small amount of silver ions into the water, killing bacteria, removing contaminants, and limiting the formation of scale and corrosion. All without me doing a thing, which means extra time and none of this, or this, or this, or this, or this. I can replace it all with this.
Congratulations on getting Simple Silver.
As a first-time Simple Silver user, even if your pool is brand new, it will still need to be cleared of its existing load of contaminants.
Getting rid of the skunge may take about a week, but after that you'll have crystal clear and odour-free water for the next year.
So here it goes. Step 1. There's no need to drain or change the water in your spa, provided you're not using bromine. Just drop the Simple Silver into the pool. Simple as that.
You don't have to worry about pH, corrosion, alkalinity or T.D.S. Simple Silver takes care of all of these problems automatically.
Step 2. Your filtration pump needs to circulate 80 to 100,000 litres of water every 24 hours, which, depending on your pump, could mean running it from 2 to 24 hours per day. Check your manual to see what rate your pump runs at, and remember, it's important not to use your spa during this first week.
You'll need to clean the filters regularly over the 7-day period.
The water might turn grey, but don't panic. That's Simple Silver exposing and removing contaminants, which is why you need to keep cleaning your filters.
After the 7th day, if the water's clear, you're good to go. So jump into the pool and enjoy.
And if for some reason it isn't clear, see troubleshooting. There's only one reason your spa wouldn't be crystal clear and odourless, and that's insufficient water flow to the pool.
Simply correcting the water flow will fix the problem.
The only way the Simple Silver can get its ingredients into the water to treat the contaminants is by having between 80 and 100,000 litres of water circulate on a daily basis. Naturally, this will depend on frequency of use and number of people in the spa.
Most filter pumps circulate about 25,000 litres an hour. This will vary depending on age, make and model. Your pump manual or your pool supplier will be able to tell you your pump's flow rate in litres per hour. Then it's just a simple calculation to set your filtration timer.
If your spa has a small filter distribution pump with a default or standard mode, it is intended to operate continuously 24 hours 7 days a week. Please leave it in this mode.
Now we've got the water flow right, we need to check the filters are clean. If the filters become 50% blocked, only 50% of the Simple Silver ingredients will be distributed into the pool, meaning it is only 50% effective.
Which can make your water cloudy and smelly, so keeping your filters clean is very important. To ensure your filters are cleaned effectively, you should use a filter sanitizer from your local pool supplier. And remember, it is important to replace your filter every 12 to 18 months.
4 years ago we got a spa which came complete with chemicals, but I didn't enjoy the chlorine and nor did my husband. We didn't like the smell, we had skin irritation, sore eyes, it was just really unpleasant, so I started searching then for an alternative.
After sparring in chlorine products in the past, jumped straight into the shower, washed my hair instantly as to get out all the harsh chemicals which does tend to ruin the ends.
We wasn't using the pool because it was smelly and dirty and it was just sitting there not being used, so I thought, well, it's silly.
Most people seem to be, and maybe it's just the fact of life now, most people have some form of skin allergy or maybe dermatitis or more aware of it, or psoriasis and that sort of thing. And chlorine related or bromine related spas or even salt related spas irritate your skin.
Of course you use it quite a bit initially, and then because it's unpleasant, you have to find another option. It's like being in the warm water was lovely, soothing, but the repercussions of that with the chlorine made it not so.
Tony got us to do 30 lab samples. So when I was living in the bays and I had a fairly big spa, about a 2,000 litre spa. He gave me one of the samples and we had to do 30 tests, a test prior to getting in the spa. We had to use the spa for 10 days in a row. Did a test, a sample of water before, a sample of water after we directly got out, and another sample of water 30 minutes later. And we do that 10 days in a row, number them, label them, and put them in the fridge, and then he took it away to a laboratory, and he proved on how the solids in the water reduced over that period of time. So 30 tests, 10 days worth, and it progressively went down to the lowest possible level, which meant the system's working, and that's what sold me on the product.
When chlorine wasn't working for me, and then I read about the possible dangers of chlorine, and looking for an alternative, I came across colloidal silver and then simple silver.
They just had it in their spa pool, and they knew I was doing lots of work trying to keep mine clean, and I was having trouble keeping the pH right and all the other things that you have to keep right. And so they said, try simple silver, you don't have to do anything, just put it in the water and it does it all for you. With
simple silver now, it becomes one of the first things that's mentioned when we're in the throes of selling a spa, because it's sometimes a 4 or 5 visit process for someone buying a spa, because it's a big ticket item. You know, not many people come and say, I'll have one of those and say, let's do it. So in the throes of it, chemical maintenance comes up. Issues that come up with selling a spa are running cost, how easy are they to look after, or what about the chemicals thing? And the first thing we say is, well, okay, have you heard of simple silver?
We really enjoyed a pool with no smell. It was safe and clean, no chemicals. So it was, and no of the usual maintenance dosing.
I believe in the product, and of course I've got a family of 5 altogether in different places with spas, and we all use it in all our spas.
I think it's that of the fact that it doesn't dry out your skin. Skin feels refreshed and doesn't dry out from all the harsh chemicals, and your hair, the ends of my hair usually gets a little bit dry. I don't have that with simple silver.
I don't smell of chlorine, my togs don't rot like they used to with the chlorine product, and I don't have to have a shower once I get out the spa.
People that have been on simple silver or have converted to simple silver are all saying it's great to be in a spa because there's no smell of the product and it's not irritating their body.
You can't afford not to have it really. Cost-wise, it's pretty similar to any other alternative you might use. And it's much healthier, safer, just a much nicer experience.